Hey guys, what's up? Vero here. So, I mentioned, was it this week? I think, on Twitter that I was going to do a video about looking for raid. Woo! Depends on how your feelings are about that. So, I think it was earlier this week, the Sha of Happiness tweeted something and it kind of inspired me to make a video about LFR. If you don't know who the Sha of Happiness is, twitter.com/Sha of Happiness. Happiness with an I, not a Y. I will leave a link in the description box below, but basically it's just a rant video about LFR, I guess. So the good, I'm going to go over the good, the bad, and then kind of my own opinion, and then opinions of others, because people tweeted me and they emailed me. So the good parts of LFR are you get to learn the boss fights, which is great when you're trying to explain a boss fight to somebody new, you know, like maybe you're pugging someone for normal, and they don't really have that much raid experience, or maybe you recruited them and they don't have that much raid experience, but you feel like they'll be a good raider, you know, and you're like, okay, we're gonna do this boss fight, I don't know, I'm gonna name a random boss, Protectors, we're gonna do Protectors, and you know, they're like, okay, I've only done this on LFR, I don't know anything beyond that, and then, you know, you can describe, well, it's exactly like LFR, except people take more damage. I mean, that's pretty much how fights are like. So I feel like it kind of gives people that kind of, that like, a little push in the right direction to learn a boss fight, because a lot of people don't really grasp a boss fight until they see it several times. For me, before I go see a boss fight, you know, I like to at least do it on LFR, and I like to do it on Flex if possible, before I go do it in normal or heroic. Obviously heroic's a little different, so that doesn't really count, I don't know why I mentioned that one. But, I like to see a boss fight before, you know, I'm like, okay, let's do this. Just because I can kind of get a better grasp of the mechanics, and I kind of know, okay, I need to spirit shell before this part, I need to do this on this, and then I can kind of, you know, get it in my head what I need to do when, what cooldowns I need to use, and kind of learn it that way. And you know, it's like that a lot for DPS and tanks and other healers too, and I think that LFR kind of offers that, you know, even if the damage output is, you know, fairly low, you know, one healer paying attention, usually me if I'm on my Disc Priest, can out-heal everyone, and, you know, because there's not really that much damage, at least not that I've noticed, but yeah, so that's kind of, you know, the good point of it is it allows people to see boss fights. Number two, it allows people to get gear. You know, I mean, it's not the best gear in the entire world, but it's something. You know, it's better than running around in 496 gear or whatever the aisle gives you. You can also get your 2-set that way, and, you know, maybe someone who is doing LFR and they've completely completed it, and they have their eye level up, and they do the world bosses every week, and, you know, maybe that they can actually, you know, maybe get into a flex, and then maybe eventually get into an actual raiding group, if that's what they want to do. You know, number three, it allows people to see the final content, and I feel like there's a huge difference in watching a boss fight and watching another guild complete the boss fight, or just watching the cinematic video, than there is, you know, actually being there and defeating the boss yourself. And, you know, in LFR, maybe there's not as big of a, like, woohoo! It's more of a, like, woohoo, I don't have to see these people ever again, let me leave. But there's still kind of that excitement factor, you know, like, I just defeated Garrosh. You know, granted it was LFR, but, you know, after, like, 5 wipes and, you know, you get, like, 4 stacks of the buff, you get pretty excited, you know, and I think it's good that people can kind of see that and kind of bear witness to the awesomeness that is the final boss, usually, unless it's Deathwing. I was a little disappointed with that one. But I kind of like the Garrosh fight. That one sounds pretty cool. And then another good, I think that was actually all the good. It's kind of sad that there's only 3. For the bad, trolls. I feel like that's kind of a big aspect of the game right now, which is fine. I would be lying if I said I didn't sometimes laugh when someone trolls, especially when people completely, like, fall for it and completely get, like, sucked into it, and they, like, troll them back, and, you know, sometimes it's funny, but when it gets to the point where it's wasting other people's time, it gets annoying. If your idea of trolling is to pull the boss and hope the tank pulls it off of you, then you should get better at trolling, because that's not really funny, that's just annoying. You know, and then you have those people that will just AFK and LFR. They join it and they just stand there and let everybody else do everything else, you know, and, you know, maybe them not helping is making it easier, I don't know, but I just think it's contributes something. I mean, I'd be lying if I said when sometimes I heal an LFR that I don't tab out often, because I get kind of bored, but I never AFK on a boss fight. I'm always healing. I'm usually one of the top healers, if not a second, depending on what character I'm on. Hell, on my Disc Priest, I'm usually like top 10 in DPS. A couple I was like number 3 or 2, but, you know, it just gets aggravating when people expect to be carried, and then when you try to kick them, they get upset and they pull the boss. Like, that's not how you handle that. That's, no. Just no. And then there's the, I don't want to use the word elitist, but I don't know what it's called, elitist, or just douchebags, we'll just call them D-bags. Those people that, after a boss fight, go into just like rah mode. They link the boss fight. They're like, oh my god, there's 3 people pulling 70k DPS. How are you so bad? Why are you bad at this game? You should go delete your character and go kill yourself, because you can't pull more than 70k in 499 gear. I pulled 100k when I was 450, you know, or I was level 10, you know, and they always exaggerate things, and I just don't think that's fair. I don't mind carrying people in LFR if I can tell they're actually trying. If it's a DPS that's just auto-attacking the entire time, yeah, you're gonna get kicked. I will kick you if people suggest it. But if someone's actually trying and they particularly are not the reason that we're wiping to the boss, then I'm not gonna kick them. I'll just whatever. But belittling them and making them feel bad isn't going to make them improve their character. It might make them go delete their character. It might make them quit the game. It might make them do something else drastic. You don't know. You never know. Now, telling someone to go kill themselves because they're not the best player in the entire world is just stupid and makes you look like a douche. And it's also the same for healing, which, you know, healing in LFR is a joke. You have, what do you have, like 6 healers? You don't need 6. You need 1 person semi-conscious. If you have 1 Disc Priest semi-conscious, they can easily pull over 50% of the healing. I know this because I do this often, because I run LFR on my Disc Priest for transmog gear. Don't judge me, they have some really good pieces for a Disc Priest. And, like, I've actually had people complain that I was there because they had nothing to heal, and I was like, well, I can leave if it's that painful for you, but, you know, don't bitch at me because I'm out healing you. I can't control that. I mean, I can AFK in the corner, but then I'll probably just get kicked, so what's the point? You know, I feel like when you queue for an LFR, there's like this toxicity level already. There's like this 3% of just worry of, you know, this group. You know, I'm the only person in this group that's actually going to pull my weight. The other 24 people are going to AFK, they're going to suck. The tanks are going to have really low health, they're going to be in DPS gear. The DPS are going to pull like below 100. The healers are all going to suck. You know, I feel like people go in with that mindset already, and then when they get there, you know, maybe the run's going well and it's going great, and then all of a sudden a wipe happens and it's just like raw mode. You know, the toxicity level goes from like 3 to 5% to like 25 or 30, and you know, it just keeps going up and up and up, and then people would start leaving, and then new people come in, and then the new people are just like, oh my god, what happened? And it just turns into this like huge bicker fest of just raw. And I don't understand why. I mean, LFR during the Dragon Soul days, it had its moments where it was really bad, but it wasn't this bad. I don't know what happened, but it got bad quickly. Especially now, because those players that were doing LFR, you know, they go in there and they get yelled at for actually doing well, you know, and if they're actually trying to help people and, you know, explain the boss fight and, you know, like, okay, you do this, and then, I recommend you do this, and blah, 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 and then people yell at them, and they're like, oh, latest, brah, and then so they leave, and then they don't queue for LFR again, so they're like, I don't need gear here, why am I here? You know, I can just go do flex, or I can, you know, go do heroic like I normally do. And, you know, you're kind of pushing out those people that were carrying the majority of people. I mean, let's face it, people get carried in this game often. It happens all the time, whether people realize it or not, and belittling the people that are carrying you isn't going to help. Now, if it's the people that are carrying you that are being douchebags, feel free to vote kick them. I don't know. I vote kicked people before for being D-bags, you know, because I just don't think it's necessary. But, okay, so for comparison's sake, for those watching this, have you ever watched Once Upon a Time, the, like, Disney type thing? So, I kind of use this as an excuse to draw a heart, but here is a heart. I drew it the other day. So, in the show, the bad guys, I guess, can pull people's hearts out of their chest, and over time, bad guys get like these like black spots on their hearts. And I'm not going to spoil anything in case you want to watch the show or something. But let's say this is the heart of World of Warcraft. This is the community. This is the YouTubers and the streamers and the raiders and the LFR heroes and all of that stuff. But over time, we get black spots. I don't have a marker to write black, but just pretend there's black spots appearing. Over time, black spots appear from people trolling, from people being douchebags, from people just being general butt faces. And, you know, over time, it eventually grows, and before we know it, our heart is completely black. You know, and I kind of feel like that's the direction LFR is going, that the people that want to do it aren't doing it because they're terrified, because they don't want to get yelled at, you know, and then, you know, if they have friends that can do flex, I mean, a lot of the time with flex, people expect a higher eye level than what you really need just because they don't want to risk the chance of wipes, which I understand, that's fine, but, you know, the people that might have a lower eye level might not necessarily get a chance. Thankfully, I'm lucky on, like, my alt characters, like my druid, for instance, and she's not raid geared as my priest is, you know, that I have friends that do flex alliance side, and, you know, at the time I had like 510, I think, or somewhere around there, and they brought me in for flex, and we did, I think, the first 3 wings or something, and it was like 25 mans. It was like super easy, you know, blitzed through it, got some gear. I was getting out healed like crazy because everybody had like 40, 50 eye levels on me, and I ended up like upping my eye level because of that, and I was very thankful that I had that opportunity, and then people didn't yell at me and belittle me because of it, you know, and I think that's good. So, I just feel like LFR needs to change, that people, and it's not LFR that needs to change, it's the people that need to stop being butt faces, and I know, hiccup, I know that's hard for some people, but I would like it to change, because I feel bad for the people that, I usually stand up for people. If they're belittling the healers, I get really defensive. Unless they are really bad, then, you know, I might tell them, you know, don't worry about it, it's no big deal, that's not why you died. Anyway, so, opinions from other people. So Evan, Roma Oxton, I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. LFR is awful because of how anonymous everyone is. People don't feel the need to pull their weight, and they'll never be seen again. Yup. And the next one, I have it pulled up on my second monitor, so if I'm glancing that way. Monk Mediation at WowMonk. Well, these are all from Twitter, I guess I should have specified that. It seems that lately LFR has become the bastion of trolls. Purposely wipe the raid and mock people as you can't get kicked. Yep. And then Troll Dungeon, part Shark. LFR is no longer tuned for its target audience. The higher skilled players are drifting towards flex. And then slightly Griff. Okay, oh, his first response was, I used to do LFR until I realized I could shove a rusty spoon in my eye instead. Like, that's fairly accurate. Okay, for real, it's great for people who can't raid with a guild but shouldn't feel so mandatory for normal / heroic raiders. So, and then to the emails, which, alright, so Mitch emailed me. He said, short and sweet. As lifetime DPS roller, it kills me to see other DPS be so ignorant to fight mechanics, and the mob mentality of 7 against 6 out of 2 leaves little room for error and 0 room for understanding. As a tank, I'd rather not raid than be subjected to the scrutiny of inconsiderate hate mongers. Anonymity fuels hateful comments and irrational reactions. Sure, not the LFR, I wish people were better. I wish people stopped trolling and, you know, tried to help people. Like, the other day I was in one of the earlier ones, and someone asked, how do I do this boss fight? Someone yelled at them. Like, I mean, sure they could have you know, looked up the boss fight, but they didn't, and that's fine. Whatever. Give them a 2-second description. Don't stand in this, stand in this. Ta-da. But, I don't know. So I just made this video to kind of rant about LFR a little. You know, I'm thankful that I don't have to do it because, you know, there are people that is their only form of raiding because they're too busy during the week. They have work or school or both or kids or all of the above, and they may not necessarily be able to raid. Or maybe they only have like an hour a day to play and they don't want to spend it in LFR, which I don't blame them at all. But if you have an opinion of LFR, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like it, hate it, whatever, you know, let me know. But I will talk to you guys later. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you have to do LFR this week, I'm sorry. I still have to complete it on my druid. I usually wait until like the last minute, and I regret it every time. But I always do. But I will talk to you guys later. Again, hope you're having a wonderful day. And thank you for watching. Bye.